Next matchup, Reds, Cubs, 8:05 Chicago. The Cubs are minus 135, no line on the total as of yet. We did see a nickel move towards Chicago in the early wagering. The Cubs open $1.30 up to minus 135. Once again, no line on the total as of yet. 58% of the consensus is leaning toward the Cubs. And at the moment, the Reds are plus 125 on the money line. We have Louis Castillo for the Reds, Kyle Hendricks for the Cubs. Hendricks is just 7-7 on the year. Meanwhile, Castillo on the other side for the Reds, 8-3 record, 2.29 ERA, and a 1.08 WHIP. He also has 124 strikeouts in just 106 innings pitched. The Reds are second in runs allowed on the road, fourth in hits allowed on the road. The Cincinnati Reds are also very good covering the run line, cashing those run line plays on the road. They're 28-17 against the spread when traveling. And of course, when I refer to the spread in Major League Baseball, I'm referring to the run line. So once again, the Reds 28-17 against the spread on the road. They're also 6-2 straight up in their last 8 taking on the Cubs. They're 6.5 games back of Chicago in the NL Central. The Cubbies are 20th on the other side, 20th in striking out. They're 19th in home hits. And the Cubbies have won just 3 out of 9 games taking on the Reds this year. They are 20th in striking batters out at any location. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me the Reds plus 1.5, getting the job done for some run line cash. Next game, Braves, Brewers, 8-10 Milwaukee. Good old-fashioned flip of the lines in this one. Atlanta is minus 110, totals at 10 flat. But Atlanta did not open as the favorite. We saw a 15-cent move in this one as Atlanta opened as the $1.05 underdog. We did see a little bit of movement downward on the total as well. Atlanta opened plus 105 up to minus 110. Total opened 10.5 down to 10 flat. 64% are leaning Braves, 58% shaded toward the under. Right now, Milwaukee's plus 102 on the money line. Atlanta plus $1.40 on the run line. We have Max Fried for the Braves, Adrian Hauser for the Brewers. Hauser is just 2-3 with a 4.01 ERA and a 1.45 WHIP. Fried on the other side for the Braves, 9-4 record, 97 strikeouts, and just 98 2/3 innings pitched. The Braves are first in the NL East. They are 20 games over 500 right now, 57-37 overall. They're also 29-18 when traveling. Winners in 7 out of their last 8 ball games. The Braves are 6th in scoring, 9th in runs allowed on the road, and they are also winning an astonishing 74% of their games as the official road favorite. Now Milwaukee on the other side really struggling as the underdog, winners in just 17 out of 40 games as the official Vegas dog. They're also ranking 26th in striking out a whole bunch of times, having trouble making contact. They're also, once again, 26th in striking out in Major League Baseball. They're also 21st in walks allowed. They've dropped 4 out of their last 5 ball games. Now, total-wise, Milwaukee is 21-10 to the under at home when the line was 9 or higher. Meanwhile, Atlanta 16-8 to the under on the road when the line was 9 or higher themselves. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean toward the road favorite. Give me the Braves minus 110 and the under 10 runs in that game. Next matchup, White Sox, Royals, 8:15 Kauffman Stadium, Kansas City. The White Sox are minus 130, totals 8.5. We did see a nickel fade of the White Sox and movement downward on the total. Chicago opened $1.35 down to minus 130. Total open 9 down to 8.5. 72% are leaning White Sox, 66% shaded toward the over. Right now the Royals are plus 110 on the money line. The White Sox are plus 120 on the run line. We have Lucas Giolito for the White Sox, Jake Junis for the Royals. Junis is just 4-8 with a 5.33 ERA and a 1.45 WHIP. Giolito on the other side for the White Sox, 11-3 on the year, 3.15 ERA and a 1.07 WHIP. He also has 120 strikeouts and just 100 innings pitched. Giolito has that really, really short motion, man. It's crazy. It's crazy to look at when it comes out of his hand. It just it's so quick. But anyway, a very unconventional throwing style. But anyway, the White Sox are 5-1 in their last 6, taking on the Royals. They're also 12-5 this year when Giolito makes the first pitch. They're also 15-5 straight up as the official Vegas favorite. The White Sox are 8th in walks allowed on the road. They're also winning 69% of their games at the current market price. And even better, they're winning 75% of their games as the official road favorite. Now, the Royals are in 4th place on the other side in the AL Central, 30 games under 500, 32-62 overall for the year. They're also 27 games back in the division. They are dead last in striking batters out. They're also 25th in scoring. They've won just 7 out of 25 games, taking on teams between 460 and 540. Now, total-wise, the Royals are 8-4 to the over in their last 12. Give me the Chicago White Sox, -130, and the over 8.5 in that game. Next matchup, Pirates, Cards, 8:15 St. Louis. The Cardinals are -140, totals 8.5. We did see a 20-cent fade of the Cardinals and movement downward on the total. St. Louis opened $1.60, down to -140. Total open 9, down to 8.5. 53% are leaning Cardinals, 62% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Pirates are +130 on the money line. The Cardinals +$1.40 on the run line. We have Joe Musgrove for the Pirates, Miles Michaelis for the Cards. Michaelis is 5-9 on the year with a 4.53 ERA and a 1.26 WHIP. Meanwhile, Musgrove on the other side has 83 strikeouts in just 99 2/3 innings pitched. He also has a 1.20 WHIP. Pittsburgh is just 5.5 games back for first in the NL Central. They're also very good cashing those run line plays when traveling. They're 28-21 ATS away from home. Pittsburgh's 4-1 in their last 5 in St. Louis, if you're into historical trend. Pittsburgh is 3rd in offensive hits, and they're winning 60% of their games, taking on teams between 460 and 540. Now, the Cards on the other side, they're winning just 48% of their games as the official home favorite. They're also 22nd in home scoring and 19th in striking batters out at home. Now, total-wise, the Cardinals are 4-2 to the over, taking on Pittsburgh this year. Meanwhile, the Pirates are 12-6 to the over when Musgrove makes the first pitch. I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me the Pirates +1.5 and the over 8.5 in that matchup. Next game, Giants, Rockies. Second game of a doubleheader. 8:40 Eastern first pitch at Coors Field. No line currently posted for this game. We have Derek Rodriguez for the Giants in Game 2. We have Chichi Gonzalez for the Rockies. I believe he was recently acquired from Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Derek Rodriguez, though, for the Giants comes into this game. Let's just take a look here. Derek Rodriguez comes into this game with a 3-5 record, 5.27 ERA, and a 1.44 WHIP. So with all that said and done, we don't have any line on the total. We don't even have any money line action yet. But it looks like I'm going to lean toward the Rockies in Game 2 as well. So give me the Colorado Rockies winning Game 2, winning it outright for some money line cash. All right, next and final game for the show, it is going to be Houston taking on the Angels, 10:07 Eastern first pitch in Los Angeles. Once again, no line currently posted for this game. We have Josh James for the Astros, Griffin Canning for the Angels. Canning's just 3-5 with a 4.43 ERA. Meanwhile, on the other side, Josh James for the Astros is a perfect 4-0 on the year. He also has 76 strikeouts in just 47 2/3 innings pitched. That is almost 2 strikeouts per inning on average. But anyway, Houston is tied for most wins in the American League. They're first in the AL West and 6 games ahead of Oakland. Houston is 9-3 in their last dozen. They've also won 9 out of their last 10 head-to-head matchups with the Angels. The Astros are 3rd in runs allowed on the road, 1st in hits allowed on the road. Houston is 59-35 overall for the year, 2nd in striking batters out on the road. Now the Angels on the other side, 18th in runs allowed, 22nd in walks allowed. The Angels are 4th in the AL West, 11 games back of Houston. So with all that said and done, no line currently posted on this game, but I do think Houston should win it outright. Give me the Astros winning this one outright for some money line cash. All right, let's go ahead and slide into some shout outs brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. Got to give a shout out to Danny J, Bo Dunn, Ulysses Hayes, who's going to be in Atlantic City here in a couple weeks. Got to give a shout out to Jared and Joe from Sports Gambling Daily. Shout out to Calico Jones, Blown Stallone, Norwal Music. Shout out to Stephen Lewis, who I know, Steve, you probably enjoyed that Wimbledon championship between Djokovic and Federer. That was so cool, man. I was watching those final sets actually at the gym yesterday and just running to the TV between sets. It was really, really cool to watch. And obviously you were like the first guy I thought of when I was watching. I was like, dude, Steve is probably losing his mind right now. So anyway, shout out to Steve Lewis. Got to give a shout out to the Ding Man, C. Dinger. Shout out to the Proline Master, Will Smith, Alex Guerrero, who I believe is Tom Brady's personal trainer. So thanks for stopping in, Alex. We appreciate your hard work. Shout out to Jerome Jerry Watkins. And last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my man, Chris Smith. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage. We are absolutely red hot right now, 18-4 in our last 22 plays. Packages begin at just $1.99 per month. Patreon.com/BrockPage. Link is in the description section below. And most importantly, thank you for watching me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free information. And as always, don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage.